What's up, guys? It's Spruce Goose here, and today I want to start by asking you guys a question. If you had to pick between wide receivers Willie Snead and Preston Williams for your team, and all their skill ratings were exactly the same, other than their speed and acceleration, who would you pick? Willie Snead has 89 speed and 94 acceleration, while Preston Williams has 90 speed but only 87 acceleration. How much do these differences in speed and acceleration really matter when it comes to gaining separation from a defender? Does a player's acceleration rating even matter at all? That's what we're going to take a closer look at in this video. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button for me if you guys enjoy these Madden Mythbusters videos and want to see more of them in the future. Alright, let's get into it. So for us to properly understand how to compare two players' speed and acceleration, we first have to understand each one of those traits individually. First, let's take a look at speed. Speed is really a rating of how fast a player runs once they've accelerated up to their top speed. To visualize speed differences in Madden, I found 3 players with different speed ratings but equal acceleration ratings and had them all run a go route from the 50-yard line. The players are Marquise Brown, who has 97 speed, Tony Pollard, who has 93 speed, and Willie Snead, who has 89 speed. And all 3 of these guys have an acceleration rating of 94. If we freeze the frame right when Marquise Brown begins to cross the plane of the goal line, we get some useful information. We can see that over a distance of 50 yards, Brown gained close to 1.5 yards of separation on Tony Pollard and nearly 3 yards of separation on Willie Snead. We can use these estimates and a little bit of math to come up with an equation to calculate yards of separation. The equation is yards of separation is equal to the difference of S1, the speed of our first player, and S2, the speed of our second player, multiplied by some constant. The reason we multiply by a constant is that speed ratings in Madden are linear, meaning each additional point you add to a player's speed rating increases his speed rating by the same fixed amount each time. If we use our values from the 3-player speed test, we calculate that the value of C is 0.35. That means our equation for determining yards of separation between 2 players of different speeds is S1 minus S2 times 0.35, given the assumptions that 1, the 2 players have equal acceleration ratings, and 2, they're running a distance of 50 yards. We'll look at this equation more in a bit, but for now, let's move on to acceleration. As you probably already know, acceleration is the rate at which a player can increase their speed. If 2 players with different acceleration ratings start from a standstill and begin sprinting, the player with the higher acceleration rating should reach his top speed in a shorter amount of time than the player with the lower acceleration rating. By reaching his top speed sooner, this difference in acceleration should also result in the player with a higher acceleration rating gaining some yards of separation over the player with a lower acceleration rating. To visualize how much acceleration really matters in Madden, this time I found 3 players with the same speed and different acceleration ratings, and again had them run a go route from the 50-yard line. The players are Darrell Henderson, who has 95 acceleration, Jarvis Landry, who has 91 acceleration, and Mike Williams, who has 87 acceleration. And all 3 of these players have 89 speed. Now our results here, in my opinion, are the most interesting part of this video. I fully expected to see the players with higher acceleration ratings gain a small amount of separation over players with lower acceleration ratings. But it turned out that all 3 players covered the 50 yards in exactly the same amount of time. Darrell Henderson, despite having an acceleration rating 8 points higher than Mike Williams, gained 0 yards of separation over him. This begs the question, why even have an acceleration rating in the game if it doesn't actually have any impact on how quickly these players reach their top speed or cover a certain distance? Fortunately, I think most Madden players ignore acceleration ratings anyway, but I still think it's dumb to even put a rating in the game if it literally has no impact on gameplay. So at this point, we've already answered the question posed in the title of this video, so if that's all you came for, feel free to leave now. For those of you still here, the fact that acceleration ratings don't matter actually has an impact on that equation we developed a few minutes ago. Remember, one of our assumptions for using that equation was that the 2 players must have equal acceleration ratings. Now that we've shown acceleration ratings don't matter, we're no longer restricted by this assumption, and we can compare any players in the game. As for our final assumption that the distance covered must be 50 yards, we can simply incorporate this into our equation by multiplying what we already have by the term d over 50, where D is any distance measured in yards. We can put this equation to the ultimate test by using it with two players who have wildly different speed and acceleration ratings. Tyreek Hill, who has 99 speed and 99 acceleration, and Nick O'Leary, who has 75 speed and 79 acceleration. Let's say we want to find out how many yards of separation Hill will gain on O'Leary over a distance of 30 yards. Plugging these values into the equation, we find that Hill should gain just a tad over 5 yards of separation over those 30 yards. When we have them run the 30 yards side by side, Tyreek Hill reaches the goal line right when Nick O'Leary is on the 5-yard line, meaning the equation got it right, and making me feel pretty confident that the equation works for calculating yards of separation between any two players in the game over any distance. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys in this video. While I was certainly disappointed to find out that acceleration ratings are completely useless, I was pretty happy that we were able to quantify just how much of a difference Madden speed ratings actually make. This is my second video of the Madden Mythbusters series, and I've really enjoyed making these videos so far. So if you guys have any ideas for the next Madden myth you want me to look into, let me know in the comments below, or come let me know during one of my live streams at twitch.tv/SpruceGooseTV. If you enjoyed my breakdown of speed and acceleration ratings, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.